Hi, Pastor Bernadine here. I want to talk today about the keeping power of God. I was reading in Genesis chapter 20 this story of Abraham and Sarah traveling, and they came to this region, and the king, his name is Abimelech. As they traveled from region to region, Abraham would tell Sarah, if anybody asks you, tell them you're my sister. Because Abraham feared that because of her beauty, that men would kill him in order to take Sarah as their own wife. So Sarah was in her 90s at this time. So if you could imagine a 90-year-old being that beautiful. So this is what happened. They took Sarah into the harem of King Abimelech, and at night the king had a dream. And in the dream, God told him, he said, "You are a dead man because you have taken into your harem the wife of someone else, another man's wife." So Abimelech is upset. He's like, wait, 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 hold up. In the innocent of my own heart, I took her. Abraham said this was his sister. Even Sarah herself said, yeah, that's my brother. So how you gonna kill a bunch of people and we were innocent? And then Abimelech, I could see him sticking out his chest and said, out of the integrity of my heart, I did not touch her. And then God says something powerful. God says, oh, yeah, I know out of the integrity of your heart you didn't touch her, for it was I who kept you from touching her. I did not give you an opportunity to touch her. And that is powerful because this is a reminder that we can be so trusting in our own strength, our own wisdom, our own discipline that we can become full of pride and think, well, I would never. Well, I don't struggle. Well, but the deal is, it's not us. It's God keeping us from these things. And he's keeping us because we allow him to keep us. Sometimes God keeps us from so much stuff and we don't even realize that he's keeping us. We can't share this glory and act like we're all of that. No, it's God who is keeping us. Remember Job chapter 1 when God says, have you considered my servant Job, how he is an upright man and righteous in all his ways? And then Satan even knows. Satan says, yeah, but have you not blessed him beyond measure? Have you not kept him, protected him, built a hedge about him so I can't touch him? See, Job could have been thinking, and actually, Job was thinking that it was something righteous and good about him within himself. He did, if you study that out. But, all along, it wasn't Job's righteousness. It was God had a hedge of protection about him. God was keeping him from the evil one. And so it is with us. We don't keep ourselves, but it is God who keeps us. Let's be aware and humble ourselves, humble our attitudes, stop judging other people and their shortcomings and faults. Come on. The only reason why we are where we are is because of God. He's keeping us. And, we have a part to play in that in the sense that we just allow him to keep us. We're not fighting him when he's leading us and telling us, oh, don't go there. Don't do that. Don't watch that. Don't drink that. Don't do that. Don't say that. And see, God is doing all of his children like that. But some of his children are rebellious and won't do what he's trying to tell us to do to protect us. But we say, no, God, I got this. So sometimes for us who the Holy Spirit has empowered us, come on, to say, okay, God, I'll obey you. We can feel like it's us, but it's not us. It's the keeping power of God. John chapter 17, at least 3 times. Jesus is praying to our Father, and he says, Father, you have kept them. Father, I have kept them. Lord, Keep them in your name. And then even in the example prayer, when the disciples said, Jesus, teach us to pray. Jesus said, well, when you pray, kind of pray on this order. You don't have to be exactly like this, but keep these in mind. Then he says, Lord, keep us. Do not lead us into temptation, testing, and trial. He says, but deliver, rescue, and keep us from the evil one. Jesus is saying, listen, church, pray that God would keep you. You can't keep yourself against these powers and principalities. You are no match for the devil on your own. You're no match. Paul said, I have been persuaded that God is able to keep that which I have entrusted unto him. You have to entrust everything into the keeping power of God. Entrust your children. Entrust your marriage. Entrust your business. Entrust your finances to the keeping power of God. But let me tell you something. To entrust your finances, you have to sow your finances. You have to give into the offering. Pay your tithes and offering. Give to missionary. Give to alms. Give, give, give. And trust God with the keeping and the protection and the advancement of your finances. If you don't give, then it's yours. Read Acts chapter 5. If you don't give, it's not until you take your hand off of the offering and give it to the Lord, then he gets involved. As long as your hand is on it, as long as you can still move it where you want to move it, those are yours. Those aren't his. So I'm going to leave you with this. Jude verse 24. Now unto him who is able to keep you from falling. God is able to keep you, but you have to want to be kept. You have to surrender to God's keeping power because he is more than able to keep us from falling. So remember this, you're not that strong, you're not that smart, you're not that sophisticated, and you're definitely not that disciplined. God is keeping us. Let's give him glory for that every day and thank him for that, okay? Think about that and be aware of that, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.